Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
These marriages are not perfect, but all in all, they seem to work. Marriage is an institution for grown-ups.
It's like a love-hate relationship.
There are no bosses in a modern marriage. He knows he's lucky to have a wife.
Morning, everybody. Episode 35 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life. Hashtag Houstel.
Morning.
Morning.
Are you making the episodes up? Are we already on episode 35?
We're on episode 35.
Oh, cool.
It's the Hampshire Diaries, the Travel Diaries, the Travelogue, our continued journey.
Yeah, it's a Monday morning, which is
It's weird.
Start of the week here, isn't it?
However, you don't know this yet. There was a headline in the Times today that the UAE could be moving to Saturday and Sunday weekends.
Well,
It had been a rumour.
yeah, Leo and Honey had told me this,
Yeah.
and I was surprised.
I normally get this news before everybody else in this family, don't I? But they told us, what do you think? By the way, it's total speculation at the moment.
Yeah.
But, and if it's in the Times, it's not I don't think it's in a local newspaper yet. But it is in the Times today.
I think it's a good thing. I mean, I get why they're doing it, but I had heard that because obviously Friday is holy day, if you like.
Yeah.
That would be a shorter day, which that would be 4.5 days.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
Could handle that. My concern, and it was our friend Rob Willock who posted this, who's big on business. He's a regular at our quizzes when we do them.
Yeah.
My concern, which I voiced to him on Twitter this morning, was when they bring this in, will they bring it in with a 3-day weekend or a 6-day week?
When they do the transfer across.
You're not getting a day off me. You're not getting an extra day off me. It's proper working class man's response, innit?
I get it.
Good. So yeah, that's the big news I read this morning.
Whilst you were having your morning ritual?
Your morning ritual. I have to do that pre-weight. Anybody who's ever dieted knows that if you can go to the loo before your diet, I mean, that's weight, innit? It's coming from somewhere.
It's got to be, isn't it? Especially with you. Like.
So anyway, 14 kg lighter this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Not far off either. It's your mum's dodgy roast. No, yesterday, are we saying it's my thing? You know, like Blood Brothers has been your thing, Windsor Castle's been your thing.
Yeah.
We got to do my thing. See, Laura would probably say that my thing is just going to Hertz to pick the hire car up because it's the most excited I get the entire holiday. But yesterday,
I grew up going to car boot sales.
So the car boot sale to you is almost like a garden centre to some kids. The most boring place on earth.
That was pretty much it. Garden centres and car boot sales were my weekends. So to me, it's not a thing. It's
just
like
another style, by the way, on Trollbridge.
Yeah, and unbelievably, you said this was probably your only ever second
car boot sale. I think the one I did before was in Roansgill. I think it's a rugby field up there when I lived up in the northeast, and I went to one there. A Geordie car boot sale, man.
Did you not have car boot sales in Sheffield?
I don't think so. I can't remember them anyway.
So strange.
They must have. I can't remember them.
Go on. So yeah.
So my thing.
Yeah. And I was in a bit of I was so tired yesterday, as you heard on the podcast. Yeah, so I think I was already in a grumpy mood.
So off we trot, early doors after recording the pod, and took your mum, Gayle. She started retaliating on me, by the way. Again, not going to swear because I can't be bothered with the editing. I'm going to do these as live from now on. She started rounding on me about the bulb, about being a bull shooter.
A BS.
Yeah. Now, I've never said I'm not. She's the one who denies it. But anyway, we took her along with us.
It was really busy, but we were there, what, 7:30ish? And it was already packed.
Strawberry Fields car boot sale near Brockenhurst. And yeah, big field. The weather turned beautiful. It was chilly when we got there. And what would you say? I'd say probably a couple of 100 cars.
Yeah.
If not more. I mean, size of a football pitch.
Yeah.
So off we trot, up and down. As soon as we walked in, there was an old man who talked like Gerald from Clarkson's farm. And he's selling bikes, right? Now, I don't want to be slanderous, but he's selling some good quality, good brand mountain bikes. Claude Butler's GTs.
Yeah.
For 20 quid each.
Yes.
And in my head, I just thought, well, these bikes are nicked. But I'll tell you what I also thought, well, these bikes will do Leo for university, stolen or not.
Well, we didn't get one.
We didn't, we missed out, and it's my fault. But I think we did the right thing because we wouldn't have been able to get it home. And we definitely, with how many bags we're going to be taking across to Bristol in a few days, suitcases and whatnot.
It is mounting up.
We're not going to be able to get it to Bristol for
Even
Leo.
with the new car that you're getting today, even with that.
Well, moving on from foreplay, I've got you sufficiently hire car lubricated.
Yeah.
And today we move on to
the main event.
Skoda Octavia Estate penetration. And another metaphor for our sex life. Are we driving it far too fast? No.
Yeah, you do.
I think she's on about the car there, if you're listening. So anyway, couldn't have got the bikes in. We start walking up and down. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but there is an insane amount of mobility scooters in England.
Yes.
It's like every third person is on a mobility scooter.
Well, this is something we're not used to, seeing dogs everywhere, like dogs out in public.
A lot of dogs.
And a lot of old people.
A lot of old people, yeah.
Which is nice to see, but very different to what we're used to.
Yeah, and they're not. A lot of the old people down here where you live are fit old people, aren't they? Doing the wild swimming.
The wild swimming, you're tempted to go and join them, aren't you, one morning?
Bought some Asda swimmers.
But I reckon if you turned up, they'd be like...
Like John Travolta coming to disco.
Oh, would it?
So, up and down in the car boot sale. Oh, there's a digger going past us in the Forley power station. It's like a Tonka truck. And it was a decent car boot sale, a lot of stuff. Your observation about price, Laura?
Well, there was a bit of everything, but what I would say, and I think this is England in general now, the prices have definitely gone up, but for a car boot sale, I expected, especially when, you know, like Betsy, we'd given her a bit of money and say, you know, you can go and get some little bargains.
Yeah.
Now...
Didn't stretch too far.
Well, when you're getting, I don't know, one of these tiny... what are they called, sums or something like that?
They're like little pencil topper rubber things, aren't they?
That's all they are really, but there's, you know, little gimmicky things that she likes, these tiny little things. Now they should be 10p each, not a pound or £2 each, which is what everything was, and I just thought, that's not right. So yeah, even car boots prices have gone up.
Now, Betsy Pearl and Leo, new to the world of bartering. So I said to Betsy as we were walking along, here's what you do. You'll pick something up, they'll say a price, doesn't matter what that price is, £5, £10, £50, you say a pound. Couldn't be bothered to explain the intricacies of the barter. I said, you say £1, and then they'll say a lower number, and then you say a slightly higher number, and you meet in the middle, and you get a bargain. I said, but they'll always try and highball you when you start. Yes, Daddy, yes, Daddy. So, the first store we come up to, where she sees something she wants, was Simples, the meerkat off the telly.
Yeah, it was the baby, the one that was like the limited edition.
Yeah, which you tried to get her.
Yeah, I had actually.
Now this thing was still in the box,
With
unopened.
its certificate and everything.
Yeah. So obviously Betsy straight over. Lady on the counter, behind the table. I said to Betsy, ask her how much it is. And this is in full sight of the woman. She can hear everything. Ask her how much it is, Betsy. Excuse me, how much is Simples? And she says £5. And Betsy's like that with a fiver, straight out. So I dig her in the ribs with my elbow, and I'm like, remember, say £1. The woman could hear this, she's laughing away. So Betsy looks at her and goes, £1? And then the woman goes, £4. And Betsy goes to hand the fiver on. I'm like, no.
Keep
Betsy,
going, keep going.
now you say a little bit higher. So Betsy says £2. The woman says £3.50. And then the woman says, tell you what, you can have it.
Excuse
You
me.
can have it for £2. So Betsy holds out £2.
Yeah.
£2 coins. And the lady did that beautiful thing. She took Betsy's hand and she folded her hand over as if to say you can keep the money. And she says, you can have it for free, darling. And Betsy Pearl, with all the common sense of her older brother, went, no, you're having £1.
No, she didn't do it like that. She was so sweet. She went, no. You take the money.
Yeah.
And then the lady said, well, I'll just take one of these coins off you then.
So yeah.
But after that, everywhere she went, my dad says I've got to...
Did she? Because I never saw her do it again.
Yeah. So, and then they were like laughing at her, but she was doing so well.
So yesterday we've also learned, because in Dubai we're always together, we don't go anywhere that's a real wandering hotspot, do we?
Not really.
But Betsy used to wander as a little baby in malls. She used to disappear into the clothes.
Yeah, I used to find her underneath stacks of clothes.
Yesterday the realisation hit me that if we ever move back to England, I'm going to have to get one of them baby harnesses even though she's 9 years old. Because she how many times?
She's too confident, and
She disappeared 30 times.
Betsy is such a sweet person that she thinks everybody
Is a friend.
is her friend and is kind, so she just loves everybody and she'll talk to anybody. That's,
She's in the puppies and sweets van.
oh,
in a
absolutely, no
second.
matter how many times I've said to her, stranger danger and all that, and no matter how many times, she will happily talk to anyone.
Yeah. Stop being so down on people, Mum.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's another thing. She thinks the people of England are the greatest, friendliest people on earth, because so far on this trip they have been. When we go to Bristol, we need to take her to a rough area and get her shanked.
Well, I do keep saying, England's not quite like Dubai. It might not be quite as safe.
Yeah. You'd think knocking about with your mother would have taught her some things about the people of the UK, but it's not. No. So yeah, we bought some stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't get anything.
Which is a surprise. Well, you did.
What? What did I
You
get?
bought Leo's stuff, didn't you? You were on mum patrol as usual.
Oh, no.
Getting him some university trinkets.
I got a couple of little bits, but he got random
Oh, let's talk about that.
books. He went off on his own, fine. Not worried about him getting taken by a stranger. But
Be my guess.
but yeah, he went on the trying to be cool.
He
shop.
went on pretentious student stupidity shopping.
He came back with books on Nazi Germany, which he didn't quite realise.
Some memorabilia. He got Oscar Wilde's
Oscar
book,
Wilde, yep.
which was knackered.
Oh, but I get why he likes the look of it, because it was a big, thick,
Oh, it looked like a proper old book, didn't it?
hard book, and it had, and the oldness to it actually. Are we stuck in
We're in
marshes?
mud here, so we're going to have to go outside. So we're in the...
I'm not actually
bit
sure.
sludgy.
We should have gone on the right-hand path. Yeah, And then he bought, you know, like a James Dean picture and
Framed James Dean picture. Because
Yeah.
he's doing film. I don't know if you know, but James Dean did film.
yeah.
And then
And I got told, not many people know at my age know who James Dean is, you know. I'm like, oh right, okay.
he's going to have the pretentious dorm room.
And he's
Then he bought Jane Eyre, which you'll never read.
yeah, which I think I've even got at home. But anyway, yeah. So he was on a mission as well. So it was quite funny to watch everybody. Then you've got Nanny who just buys anything.
Yeah.
A couple of magic sets.
Bought them for me.
Because you mentioned you were looking for a joke shop to do a couple of jokes.
Yeah, to take Betsy to. I don't want a bloody magic set.
But yeah, so
Sorry, we're stumbling here as we walk. We're walking through a marsh and it's very muddy today.
hold on. Right, I think we need to cross
But Leo
again.
also bought a book by, is he Greek philosopher Plato?
Yes. Yep.
I mean,
So he's
if
done.
anything says I'm being a Terry tryhard, it's that. He's not even doing philosophy. That's just a shelf. That's a get a girl in your room and show your shelf.
exactly that. Yeah. So
Can't knock him. I still do it today.
a few hours later. Oh no! Hold on. What did you get?
Well, I bought a load of records.
Yeah, which
Now-
is the main reason we went.
Main reason we come to England. Leo's university secondary. Sadly, there was nothing newer than Wet, 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 Popped In, Sold Out.
Good album.
It's a great album. I got a lot of Simon and Garfunkel, ABBA,
You got
lot of soul
you got
records.
quite
I
a
mean-
nice selection, I have to say.
Carpenter's Greatest Hits, I don't mind. So, you can see them on my Instagram.
But yeah, and you got yourself a little toy.
Well, I found Thunderbird 2, which is up on my Instagram this morning. Thunderbird 2, of course, the green one, the best rocket ever made, with Thunderbird 4 inside. Now, the eagle eye who have a look at this picture will see it's a plastic replica, but nonetheless very good. Got it for £2. A couple of stores later,
It's just gonna be put. See that? Pointless buy.
yeah. You know how much stuff you bought for Leo that I'll never get out of plastic? Anyway, £2. A couple of stores later, there's a guy whose stock in trade is model cars. He's got a Del Boy Trotter 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
He's got all sorts. And I spot it. I spot the die-cast metal Thunderbird 2 that I actually had in the 1970s. And it's in mint condition, it's not in a box. Because if it was in a box, it'd be hundreds of pounds. And he said, I want £15 for it. And I tried to do the subliminal barter. I went, do you know what? I've just bought the plastic replica for £2. I said, I know it's worth that much, but my wife will kill me if I buy it. Thinking he'll say a tenner, and even a tenner's a push. Anyway, he just went, well, that's the price.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was I saw a lot of people. There was one stall. They were getting leery with each other. They would not
Yeah.
budge.
And that's the rule of car boots, is you barter for everything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, then eventually they got you all back in the car.
yeah, it took a while. We were on our feet probably 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours of that car boot sale. Wonderful. Betsy had the nasty hot dog.
Yeah. From the burger van.
Yeah. Leo tried to buy a lady's blouse, which he thought was a shirt. He's turning it into Morrissey in the 80s.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we moved on. Left Brockenhurst. And then, if a car boot sale's not down market enough, we went to Lidl.
Well, we keep getting told about Lidl.
My mum, your mum.
Yeah. Well, it seems everybody is. But again, I think it's because prices have gone up and people that live here haven't quite realised that. But yeah, so we kept getting told, oh, you know, Lidl, you'll be surprised.
And-
they've changed.
If you're a fan of this podcast, you'll know we love a vegetarian Wellington, and your mum and dad have both told us that Lidl do a good vegetarian Wellington. So it was Sunday yesterday. We'll have a bit of a Sunday roast. We go to Lymington in Hythe. Not Lymington. We go to Lidl in Hythe.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, last time we were in a Lidl was in Cowes on the Isle of Wight, which we're looking at now, across the water.
And it was in bins and buckets on the floor.
Horrible. And they didn't have anything we wanted really. It was really disappointing. They have upped their game.
Yep, they've got all signs now that make them look like a proper supermarket.
Yeah. And I'd heard an internet trend, you know, like a meme trend,
Right.
called Middle of Lidl.
Middle of Lidl.
Middle of Lidl. It's a great, rolls off the tongue, alliteration. And they've actually got a sign up that says Middle of Lidl.
There you go.
And it is like an emporium of cheap tat, but with some really good stuff in.
The non-food bits.
And yeah, we got some Middle of Lidl goodies. You got some Lidl booze.
Some cheap wine.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just got a bit colder. We're almost at the beach.
Beach hut's in front of us. There's the Isle of Wight. It's a grey sky today. It's 12 degrees, so it's not as cold as yesterday.
There's a bit of a
I've got a hoodie on. There's a
bit of a breeze though. I can feel it in my fingertips today.
Yeah. So, did Lidl. We were in there far too long.
Did a little.
And then home. And down to where we are now, to Calshot Activity Centre, which is right on the end of Calshot Spit, the end of Calshot Beach. Yesterday, absolutely packed with holidaymakers.
Yeah. Really, like, and I think I said this before, but I've never seen Calshot so busy as it has been this last week.
It's been lovely. It's just a really nice thing to see, you know, like proper British holidaymakers.
Well,
fires, camp chairs.
I think because everyone's into paddleboarding now, so there was loads of people paddleboarding, again, all ages.
Yeah.
People doing the wild swimming, and then in the activity centre you've got a velodrome, you've got climbing walls.
Great climbing wall. Great velodrome and great climbing wall.
Yeah, dry ski slope, and like treetop trail things. I don't know what you call it when it's
a
inside.
huge hangar. It used to be an airplane hangar, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. The flying boat used to be down here. So
yeah.
The original. But yeah, so we were going to meet my cousin. Yeah.
Who is a doctor and has actually been helping you and us through COVID.
Yeah.
Especially when we got it, and we got it bad. Hospital bad. ICU bad. And your cousin, Rianne, was a source of help during that time and since, actually, because we've been trying to sort the NHS thing out. She's not done any family backhanders. A bit disappointing. But she brought her kids down, Elliot and Robin.
Yeah, well done.
Can't believe I got that right. Elliot, little lad, and Robin, little baby.
Yeah, it's the first time I got to meet Robin, so I was very excited.
And your aunt come down.
Yeah.
And we just had a lovely catch up.
Well, they do a thing called Ringo's in the activity centre, which I think is fairly new, but yeah, so it's basically get in a ring, go down the slope.
In the tubes down the slope. Anyway.
Lots of fun.
I was talking to the guy who was the man on duty, the guard. He's a young lad.
Again, you and the small talk.
I was showing him videos of Ski Dubai and he was gobsmacked.
Oh, really?
I'm saying, oh yeah, we've got this in Dubai, except it's real snow. We've got a toboggan run, we've got Zorb balls. And he obviously thinks I'm being a bit of a gay lay, Premier League BSer. So I had to show him video on YouTube and he was absolutely gobsmacked by it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was telling me about how he grew up here, lived in Hythe, said he spent every weekend down here. I'm going to ask him about Snoggy Mud. You don't recognise her, do you?
Shut your face. Well, it's a funny thing because I actually didn't come into the activity centre that much, considering it was...
You were doing outdoor activities.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, so a lot of half an hour of sliding, exhausting. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying to him. In Dubai, you've got travelators that take you to top of slope. I'm saying that in water park. He's going, oh yeah, they were going to put a water park. And I said, yeah, that's another thing in Dubai. You get on a rubber ring in water park and it's got travelators that shoot you up to the top of the ride. You don't have to climb any stairs anywhere.
That's true. That is true.
Maybe that's why everyone's got mobility scooters here, because there's no escalators. So fun was had for half an hour, and then we sat at the back of this huge hangar, the activity centre, and the cafe's called the Hangar, and we all had coffees and cakes and drinks, and it was the most beautiful couple of hours, weren't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. Nice little catch up. And
boats everywhere, a lot of puppies.
Are we talking about dogs here?
Not south of France puppies, fellas. And Betsy Pearl and her cousin Elliot, who apparently is normally quite shy, as soon as they got together, had an absolute ball. Lovely to see.
Yeah, it was instant. It was lovely.
Because we're sad sometimes in Dubai that our kids don't get to spend more time with their extended family, nannans and granddads, aunts and uncles, cousins.
Yeah.
And to some degree, we miss a lot of that. So yesterday was a really nice, especially for you, nice bit of time to catch up. Your aunt and your cousin don't quite know about my no hugging rule, so there's a lot of fondling going on.
Oh, really?
A lot of Simon fondling going on.
That must have been hard for you.
I mean, my new swimmer's muscles on my back, once women touch them, they're not letting go. It's the only place I've got them. So, we had a lovely time.
Yeah.
And then back home for a huge roast. In fact, we did another walk, didn't we? We did a pre-roast walk.
Yeah, the walk we're doing now.
Yeah.
In prep for the roast.
And that was yesterday, really, in a nutshell. Not much else happened. We watched the NTAs last night, which I just found quite annoying.
Yeah,
we should just call it the Ant and Deck This Morning Line of Duty Awards.
Yeah, it's not one we actually normally watch. And you can get the highlights, can't you? So,
your old student, Tommy Jessup,
yes,
was on there. He was the fella in Line of Duty.
Yeah.
And he did a little bit of dancing on stage, which made you very proud.
Oh, yeah, it was a little highlight.
Yeah. And then we were off to bed. So today, weather's looking a bit rough. We got a few tasks to do, picking up the hire car. Hopefully the weather will lift. Looks like rain out there.
Do you think?
Yeah, look across to Isle of Wight. Hopefully it'll lift, because today is going to be a little bit unplanned, but we're hoping to do some stuff with the kids. Give Betsy Pearl a bit of a run out to something she wants to do.
Well, we've had half an hour extra lie-in today.
You are welcome.
So I'm a little bit chirpier.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So, I'll leave it there, guys. Again, thanks for all the comments. Please do comment. Oh, I put a post on last night when we did the walk. It was lovely sunset, great blue skies, lovely colours. So I posted about 10 pictures of this walk that we're on now. So, like, kind of highlights of the walk, really, where we go.
Yeah.
So it's on my Instagram, catboy92. Oh, just quickly, because there's a VW transporter coming past us. Me and Leo have become addicted to the VW transporter. I think it's the poor man's motorhome.
Right.
So I've been pricing them up on eBay. They go from between £1,000 and £30,000.
Wow.
I've got that fantasy
These
about...
are different to camper vans, like the old VW camper van, which is the one I want.
They're not as cute as by any means.
Right.
They started in the 80s. And I've got this repair shop dream of me and Leo doing one up together. He makes me look like handy Andy, and I'm rubbish. So it's never going to happen. But also yesterday, we did call into the little surfy shop down here on Calshot, and in a second, I became addicted to a inflatable catamaran canoe.
I've got a horrible feeling.
Yeah, but for Dubai it'd be brilliant.
Oh yeah, because for the beach that we never go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the sea. You can go on beach. Anyway, it's a very cool thing. And the guy said they're 800, but they're down to 500. And he said they fit in a backpack. My hand luggage when I get back on this plane in a couple of weeks is going to be my normal hand luggage, a record bag full of 70s records and an inflatable catamaran canoe.
And I've not even been to Primark yet.
We're going to have to burn some stuff. I think we might have to leave Betsy here or leave all her clothes. So we'll leave it there, guys.
All right.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
The end.